Ladies and gentlemen, Kate Norris.
About 10 years ago, I was sitting in a work meeting with my entire department, and our manager told us that he'd received a request from a school for 2 people to go and give an electrical safety talk to the school. I leaned across and caught my work bestie's eye. Colin nodded at me, and I knew that he was thinking exactly what I was thinking. This is a free afternoon off work that we cannot miss. We nodded, and then threw up our hands and said, we'll do it. So a couple of days later, we were ready. We had the laptop bag packed with our PowerPoint. We had our high-vis shirts on. Got to the high-vis a bit earlier than Sean. And we headed off to the school. Now, Colin had grown up in inner city Melbourne, and he'd had no need for a license. So here he was as a man in his mid-20s with a learner's permit. And we were out for the afternoon, and we thought, what better time than to have your first manual lesson? To his credit, Colin took to a manual car like a duck to water. He let the clutch out beautifully, his transitions were smooth. We got half an hour down the road to this school with absolutely no problem at all. And then we got to the address, and there was a woman who had just opened the gate for us. And I don't know if it was the extra little bit of pressure because there was someone else watching, but Cole chose that moment to drop the clutch. And we turned into the driveway and hit the gravel with screeching tyres and covered this woman in this cloud of dust and gravel. And we got out of the car absolutely giggling. This car had plastered, our company had Energex all over it. This woman finally stopped coughing, and she came up and she introduced herself as the teacher of the class that we were about to speak to. She said her name was Mrs. Brown. She said that she was a kindergarten teacher. I thought, oh, okay, we're speaking to kindergartens. We got inside, and these kindergartens, this is many years pre my kids. I knew that they'd be smaller than me, but they were this big. And I thought, that's okay. So we went in and we set up our PowerPoint. And we gave them the geographical footprint of Energex and the basic of energy distribution. They were enthralled. And I said at the end, does anyone have any questions? And this one little girl put up her hand, and I thought, thank God someone actually listened. And she actually has questions. I said, yep, you. She said, I have a My Little Pony and she's pink. I was not very good at dealing with children, and I said, that's not a question. Yes, it is. And I saw Mrs. Brown at the back. She was just glaring at me, daring me to argue with these details. And at that moment, I think Colin sensed my distress and he jumped in. We should have stopped. We should have just gone home. But we kept going. And Cole said, that's right, let's talk about storms. Let's talk about storm safety. What happens during a storm? And this little boy put up his hand and he said, that's when the bad people come. But Colin, again to his credit, kept going. He wasn't disturbed by this. He was like, all right, come on, what happens during a storm? There's lightning, there's thunder. Different little boy this time. My baby brother got hit by lightning and he died. I don't know what, like, kids make things up, right? But if Savage Gardens taught me anything, it's that animals and children tell the truth, they never lie. So I don't know, is this kid telling the truth or not? Like, if we keep going, are we going to bring up some trauma? Are we going to scar this child for life? But maybe he's making it up. I don't know what to do. We should have stopped. But we kept going. I decided to go on to our activity that we'd planned, which was to make some electricity, some static electricity. We'd bought balloons for the whole class, and the idea was to blow up the balloon, rub it on our hair, and make our hair stand up, because, that's a little bit of age-appropriate science, I guess. So we handed around balloons. 20 out of 20 kids did this. I can't do mine. And finally, at that point, we knew we were beaten. We just ripped the the laptop out of the wall. We packed up. We thanked Mrs. Brown for her time and then apologised immediately for wasting it. And we got out of there. And I learned my very first lesson in public speaking, which is to know your audience.